Well, thank everybody for coming out. Obviously, we appreciate Aztec Nation and our students and the show itself, coming out and enduring the heat, and it was hot, and I guess we've been through it, so we all know that. Obviously, we're disappointed in how we played, how we coached in losing a football game. Our focus this week is to obviously improve, play better at every position, coach better at every position. All three phases, there are things that we need to do better. So we got to continue to do that. Offensively, we got to convert on third downs. We didn't do very well there, and when you don't convert on third downs, you're going to be out on the field longer defensively, time of possession, and so we need to do a better job there. Defensively, we didn't tackle. We missed 35 tackles, and that's a number that you don't hear very much when you talk about missed tackles. That a lot of different things. When you miss 35, our pursuit angle's got to be better. We got to wrap and get guys on the ground. They converted 6 out of 13 in third downs, so that's almost 50%. We've got to play better. Special teams, we blocked the punt or pushed the guy basically kind of into a blocked punt, and then we got a punt blocked. And that can't happen. For us, we've got to win the special teams. And critical penalties, obviously, the one hold on a touchdown that was called back. We just got to use better techniques, and we'll do that.
Coach, you had a lot of recruits invited to the game. What was the demand from recruits for that game, and what feedback did you get from the experience in the new stadium?
Well, by the time I get out, a lot of the recruits are gone because the media afterwards and those kind of things. But, it was good to talk to them before the game. They're on the field, and it was a good group. Obviously, a lot of hometown heroes, and that's important to us.
On Noah Tumblin's interception, you guys had Jalen Maiden in as a spy. Is he best suited to play that role because he's a former quarterback, kind of knows the thought process of what a quarterback is thinking?
No, I don't know if that has anything to do with it because his job within that coverage is, the guy who can track the quarterback down, a guy and keeping some speed on the field. So that's why we had him out there.
I know there's a lot of talk about the right side of the offensive line, but how do you think the left side did, particularly Cade Bennett?
I thought Cade had a pretty good day for the first time of really seeing him in a game situation. He really had a good day.
When you went through the film, looking closer at the offensive line, was there anything in particular that you noted?
No, there are a couple misfits as far as you look at where you're going and coming off the line of scrimmage. We got to play a little better with as far as fundamentally a little more sound in what we're doing. Play with a better pad level. I think that would be something. But overall, they'll continue to improve.
Seemed like the quarterback was on the run a bit. Does that mean
He was.
Maybe some more get the ball, read the ball quicker kind of plays?
Well, there's a little bit for everybody. There's a little bit for Brax. He's got to be a little more patient. There's got a little bit. We got to do a better job up front. Okay. We got to make sure our routes are detailed. And so, I wouldn't just pick on one group.
How's Burmeister progressing when he did the start of this week?
Yeah, he's, he threw the ball yesterday and did a pretty good job.
Brady, a lot of coaches say the biggest difference they see progression-wise in their team is week 1 to week 2. Is that something you believe in, or is that not the case?
No question. I truly I've been doing this a long time as an assistant and as a head coach, obviously. There's no doubt. We've got, and every team I've talked to, our improvement from game 1 to game 2 in all areas. I believe in that.
Idaho State played UNLV 2 weeks ago, obviously a familiar opponent to you. You know, they were down big at halftime, but second half they outscored UNLV. Do you think that was more of UNLV kind of dialing it back, or did
I can't,
figure things out?
yeah, I can't speak on what their mindset was and all that. I think, you know, you always, whenever you play, you know, and for us, there's one game 2 weeks ago, and this has got to be more about us, you know, in our preparation. Obviously, we're going to take them very seriously and their players and the effort that they play with. And Charlie's done a good job, you know, not being there very long. He did a heck of a job as a high school football coach, and then he's been in Pac-12 for a couple different stints. But yeah, he's got a good staff, and they're doing a good job.
Brady, there are a lot of new traditions at Snapdragon Stadium. One of the cool things I saw was before the game, they pound the metal door and they walk under the concessions where all the fans are, and then out on the field. What are your thoughts on that and just all the new, like real college atmosphere that the Dragon
Yeah,
gives you guys?
yeah. Well, I think that's really cool. Believe me, I don't think we'd do it if I didn't think it was really cool. But you know, where they're at and them as a team and the excitement. You know, when we went over on the 20th and kind of walked through some things that we wanted to do, it was pretty neat. And I think our, you know, the leadership of our team has done a good job with some of those things.
What does it mean to you, Coach, to see the type of support you received on Saturday? I mean, the student section was unbelievably boisterous, obviously. What does it mean just to see that level of support, even considering the weather?
Yeah, it was, John. It was really neat. I mean, it was. You look down at that student end, and you know the show and all those kids down there. It was really cool. I just wish we'd have played well enough to keep them around. And obviously, you know the heat. But we, you know, really appreciate them coming out in that heat.
The Idaho State quarterback, Tyler Vanderwall, he played at Wyoming. I think he took over for Josh Allen.
He did.
And then he was hurt a little bit last year, but he's got a really good arm, doesn't he? Really strong.
He's yeah, they've been playing two guys. You know, they played two guys last week, 2 weeks ago. No, I mean, he's very talented. You know, he wouldn't have been at Wyoming if he wasn't talented, you know. And so he's a good football player. Both of them are.
And then what do you make of their wide receivers? Looks like they have good skills. Xavier Guillory, I saw against UNLV, made some good plays. Jalen Johnson, Arizona transfer.
Yeah.
It looks like they have some decent skill.
They do. And it's going to be similar offensively what we just played against. You know, I mean, there's a lot of similarities and you know, the skill positions are really good up front offensively. They got a couple guys who can really get after you. So we got to play a heck of a lot better football.
When you play an FCS team, there's going to be an expectation of winning and maybe even winning big. What additional challenges does it present for you?
We just turn on the tape from the Arizona game. That's all you have to do. I mean, we turned it on yesterday. That's all we have to do.
Well, but that's a much different opponent than this one.
Nah, the opponent's you. We're the opponent.
In what way?
How we play. It's not them, it's us.
If you do get some rain Saturday, what challenges does that present?
Well, it'd be pretty weird, you know. When's the last time we had rain? You know, wet ball stuff, and we'll do some of that during the week.
How do you simulate lightning?
Well, we won't be on the field if there's lightning.